Barton FM, following Barton Town. Sport on Barton FM is sponsored by Easy Buy.
Welcome to Swans Talk with me, Richard Watts. For the first time since 9th of December, I'm joined by Aaron Walton. It's been a long wait, hasn't it?
Yeah, who are you? It's been a long while. It's a long wait, and we've had so many games cancelled or postponed for waterlogged pitch, frozen pitch, much to the annoyance of North Ferriby, I'm afraid, but that's just how the pitch is. So we can't do anything about it, can we, Richard?
No, not a thing. No, it's just the way it is.
It was a little bit heavy on Saturday evening, wasn't it?
It was. It was.
It held up quite well. The groundsman did a sterling job. Mr. Sanderson, they did a sterling job. So, but we did see some football, Richard.
Yes, and it was an impressive performance.
I would say, yeah. Second half was absolutely superb. First half, it was a little bit more even, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was, a little bit either side, I thought. Hemsworth were a good young side, play some good football, play it in the right way. And before we go on, Richard, I'm going to do something that I very rarely do. I'm going to praise the referee.
Yeah, he did well. He's only looked to be a young lad as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he can only be in his late teens or early 20s, but I thought he's probably one of the best referees we've seen all season.
Yeah, he did well.
Granted, it was the game was played in the right spirit. Both teams wanted to play football. It can soon get out of hand with the wrong decision. So I thought his decision making was great. He was backed up well by his officials. So hats off. He did very, very well.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's get on to the game. It was a victory for Barton, 3-1. I thought the first half, as we said, it was a bit like a standoff, wasn't it, where both teams are sort of attacking. I didn't think Frickley really posed much of a threat. They were getting the ball about, but as I say, it only takes one little mistake and then the team's up, aren't they? But Barton looked quite solid in defence in the first half, and even solider in the second.
He did. I thought Nathan Hottie was just outstanding all afternoon.
Yes, he was, even though I did, because I was a bit busy, I was on the PA on Saturday, I did give it out as the wrong man of the match. I was told Fraser Packrell, but somebody did tell me that, and I just copied it. But it was man of the match performance, and he did actually get man of the match. It was Nathan Hottie, smooth as silk, really, really good.
Yeah. I think Fraser Packrell had a decent game.
Pardon, Richard?
Fraser Packrell had a decent game as well.
I thought he played very well, yeah. It's the best I've seen him play for Barton in his short career with us, but I thought he played really well. I thought everybody on the team put a good performance in. They always do. Some play better than others. I thought everybody on that pitch, and what a strong bench we had as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you can bring Craig King on and Sam Cable, Henry Parr, you can bring those on. It's really good. I thought the goals were well played. I thought the build-up was good. I can't remember which one was the first. Was it Fraser Packrell's goal, the first one?
Yeah, it's a good finish.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, it come across the box, didn't it? He just had to sort of not tap it in, but he had to put it in with a little bit of force, make it 1-0. Second goal was Ben Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
If I remember rightly, Richard, I can't remember that one much. I just saw it go in the back of the net.
Tom Warby header across goal, and he headed it in.
Yeah, Tom Warby put a lot of work in again. So did Will, actually. But everybody put work in.
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult to single anybody out, really.
Yeah.
To be fair. But the third goal, I thought, what a good build-up from that. The third goal, and what a great finish from Sam Cable.
Yeah.
Really, really good finish. One of the best finishes I've seen this season. And we just sort of blocked the copybook a little bit with a goal late on, it was an own goal. Tom Davey. I think Ryan Musselwhite was a little bit upset he didn't keep a clean sheet. However, a very good save in the first half and an even better save in the second half from Ryan, I thought. I know you were up near the second save in the second half. Did that look as good as it looked from where I was?
Yeah, it was a good stop. Yeah. I mean, as well. I mean, the goal that they scored, and Davis putting great balls out all afternoon. It's almost inevitable that somebody will get one of them will go in. He put some terrific dead balls into the box.
From a free kick that really, I'm not having a go at the referee, but it's one of them where
questionable. Yeah.
The player got the ball, but he got the man as well, didn't he? So I suppose the letter of the law is a free kick, but it was a bit harsh, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair, but I'm not having a go at the ref because I thought it was excellent on Saturday. Really good. For a young lad, really good. And I think our manager was asking who it was because I think he must have been impressed. So there you go. So an all-round really good performance. Really, you possibly thought Bart might be a little bit ring rusty because
I've played for so long. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how hard you train. A game is like 2 or 3 gears up from training, isn't it? So
yeah.
It's a difficult one. So I thought they played really, really well, Richard, that game.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep getting an hour after Brett Agnew and then somebody like Sam Cable can come on, it's a heck of a combination.
Oh, absolutely, because Brett's working them defenders all over the place. It must be absolutely shattered.
Yeah.
And then then you see oh. You think, who's coming on? Oh, Sam Cable's coming on now, so I'm going to be running around even more. So they must dread it now with such a good bench.
Yeah, it's good to see. It's a long time since there's been such a strong bench. A long time.
Yeah, definitely, a lot better, and he's getting players. You know, Jarman's brought a few players in, and they all look good, don't they, as well?
Yeah, they do.
There doesn't seem to be a high turnover of players. However, the players that they've brought in look very good. So a good win. You can't ask for anything more. Not a bad crowd, 222 there, Richard. I thought it might be a lot less because people have got used to not coming down to the easy bite, but 222 still puts us up in the old club statistics at 6th best attended in the league.
That's a good game.
Which is about 19% up on last season, so you can't really ask for a great deal more, but it'd be nice to get up into the 300s if we could.
Yeah.
But that's good. So, right, so we've done and dusted the 3 points against Hemsworth, a good Hemsworth team as well. They'll come through. So we're going to go to the short trip to Frickley, South Emsall on Saturday, Richard. And Frickley are one of the teams that beat us at home early on in the season, didn't they?
Yeah, and they've not really kicked on, have they? They're still sort of...
No, I think I saw them not so long back at Winterton, and Winterton put 4 past them. They were well beat, Frickley. Standout lad for me for Frickley, but they had a winger. I think they still got him, a young lad, Wade Ripley. If he's playing on Saturday, you know, he's a really tricky, good winger, fast, uses both feet, really good. So he's one to watch out. You probably watch, you won't be playing, but he's one to watch. But yeah, they were well beaten against Winton. I think they're a young team, and Wayne Benn, the manager, I think if they give Wayne Benn time, he'll get a good team moulded, because he was at Hemsworth when Hemsworth had a good team, and then obviously Wayne went on to manage Ossett, and he didn't last a great. I think he lasted a season there, and then he's gone to Frickley. So they've got the basis of a good team. They've beaten us already, although I think it was one of them games where we just couldn't get the ball in the net. We got it in once, didn't we? But we were just attacking all the time, and they broke away late on, didn't they? It was at Keita, wasn't it? Alejandro Keita, he scored. But they didn't have many chances, did they?
I wasn't at that game. It was one that I missed.
One of the few you wasn't there.
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Yeah, it was one of them. If you can imagine, Richard Barton were doing plenty of attacking. Just the end product wasn't quite there. I think, if memory serves correctly, Frickley scored early on. and then they scored late on. So just one of those. I hope they're not another one of our bogey teams like Knaresborough. I think they could partly put a good performance in, but and just sees what it just hopefully depends on what team the coach is going to put out. Hopefully there's no knocks and no injuries, and then if it's still it's a strong team, it's not a bad pitch to play on there at the Westfield Lane ground.
No.
So hopefully it's not too windy, because we've got a lofty position. I would think in that big stand.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's a big stand there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they've had some new changing facilities as well, so they've done a bit to the ground. But it's just one of them. We'll just have to wait and see. Because how many games now are we in hand on most teams? Is it four, maybe 6 on some?
Yeah, I was just looking at February fixtures. There's 8 games in February, isn't there? 5 at home.
Yeah, it's basically it's nearly Tuesday. It's Tuesday, Saturday, isn't it? Apart from we've got a Wednesday game, haven't we, away at Albion?
Yeah.
So
it's going to be hard to do that number of games. It's going to take its toll at some stage.
I think it will. Yeah, I think it will. I think having such a long break off because of the pitch, I think it's going to possibly be a negative to us in the end. However, it's a difficult one, isn't it? I mean, our position is false at 9th, yet you've still got to put the points. Because I was thinking today, even if you draw a couple of games, it feels like you've lost them because you're not gaining any ground on teams above, are you?
That's right, yeah.
Because Knaresborough won away at Emley on Tuesday or Wednesday. They won 1-0. So they've gone above us, but they're 6 games in. We're 6 games in hand over them. But it's winning all those games, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, yeah, and it's a long way off to. I mean, Ferriby of Flow and Hamley. Nobody's going to peg them back.
I can't see him. I went to see him against Garforth, and I thought, is it Garforth who were really playing poor, or is it Ferriby playing well? And I think it was a mixture of the two. Garforth just didn't have any answers to Ferriby. Although when I went to see Ferriby against Golker, I thought Golker were very unlucky. But Garforth just didn't seem to have any answers to Ferriby. So you've got to say they're playing well.
Yeah.
They've got the players there, but I can't see Ferriby dropping 3 points. Never mind, is it 11?
11 ahead of Winterton. I mean, Winterton are going well, aren't they? I mean, we're 14 points off them.
Yeah, they'll always put a performance in Winterton. I think with Winterton, with having such a small squad, if they're playing midweek weekend, then that's when that catches up with them, like it might with us, because they've got a very small squad. I think their squad's slightly smaller than ours. I think that's the only thing that'll stop Winterton. But again, they keep winning, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
So, putting the pressure on. And I think we need to mention congratulations to Eccles Hill.
Yeah, that's a really good performance.
Last 16, isn't it? Is it FA Bars?
Yeah.
So well done, the one on penalties. Did you hear about the game, Richard?
No, not really, no.
When playing AFC Liverpool at Eccles Hill, Ed Wilczynski got sent off for handballing outside of his area 33 minutes in.
Oh, gosh.
And young Isaac Khan came in. We've seen Isaac plenty of times, Richard, but he's only in the warm-up. He never seems to play. So Isaac came on from the 33rd minute, did a super save near the end to keep it at 0-0 and saved 2 penalties in the shootout. So, the hero.
Because there's a lot of teams wouldn't have a reserve keeper on the bench, would they?
No, very few do, but I know Eccles Hill always have, because I every time we've seen them play, I've always seen Isaac there warming up with them. So it's a good job they did.
Yeah.
And to play like that, and I'm chuffed for Adrian Benson, the chairman there, because he does a lot of work there, and they don't get many people going to watch him. So I'm really chuffed for Adrian. He does a hell of a lot of work there, and so do all the players. But well done Eccles Hill. Hopefully you'll get through to the next round. I think they've got another home tie.
Oh, have they?
Yeah, I can't remember who it's against, but I think it's another home tie. So I'm hoping they get lovely for them to get all the way through.
Yeah, it would.
Do they still play it at Wembley though?
They did last time, didn't they? Because they have it joint, don't they? Have the FA Trophy and the FA Vase on the same day.
Yeah, they do. Because we went down a few seasons ago. We watched the FA Cup on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday we watched the Vase and the Trophy. It was Orient and Fylde and Chertsey Town and Cray Valley Paper Mills of all teams.
Right.
So, it was that was better than the FA Cup final. I mean, if you're a Watford fan like I am and start to get thumped about 5 or 6-0 by Manchester City, oh dear, all very good.
Yeah.
So hey ho. So we've got that to look forward to, and after Saturday we've got a really good tie against Emley at the Easy Buy Tuesday night, 7:45 kickoff. So
yeah, be a good game that.
it should be a good game. I think Emley are a little bit probably like us. They're playing sort of Tuesday, Saturday, aren't they? Because they've got to get quite a few games in. They're only a few games in front of us, I think. Yeah. So that'd be a really good game, that one. And then obviously the following Saturday we've got Yorkshire Amateurs at home. Now we struggled against them, didn't we? To take their place.
That's the last minute goal, wasn't it?
It was a last minute goal, yeah. Because I thought Yorkshire Hams played well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
They were I think they were unlucky against Penistone. They lost 2-1. They were very unlucky against Penistone. So they're getting something together, but again, I think they're going to struggle out because there's 2 or 3 teams down at the bottom. And they're getting cut adrift, Yorkshire Amateurs. Bottisford is struggling.
Yeah.
Which I'm not too worried about. And Gould are starting to pull away a little bit. And I'm a little bit surprised with Albion Sport. They seem to be back down there again.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, because they had I thought they played well against us the first game of the season. I thought, they've got a good solid defence, and they seem to be down there again. Not struggling like there was last season, but I think in the end it's going to be pretty tight down there to see who goes down. I think it's going to be Yorkshire Amateur and one other, probably two or three, and maybe another one get dragged down into it. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Yeah.
But we can't do anything about that. All we're interested in is the Swans, and we go on to see the Swans at Brickley on Saturday.
Yeah, it should be a good one.
Absolutely.
That's it for this edition of Swans Talk. Thanks for listening.